Tonight, the Obama tax hike sidelined in a Senate vote 51-45. It needed 60 votes to advance. My next guest opposed the tax. Joining us now, Senator Sen Barrasso. He's the chair of the Senate Republican Policy Committee and the Senate Western Caucus. Senator, great to have you with us.
Thanks, Lou.
We have been calling this not the Buffett Rule since Buffett himself says this tax had nothing to do with him. It's not what he called for. And it's not a rule, it's a tax. Yet that's what everybody styled it as and accepted the language, but rejected the measure when it came to a vote. Why?
Well, it failed tonight. This tax is really a distraction. The president is trying to distract Americans from his very poor record on jobs and the economy. And really, that's what the president is trying to do, is trying to take people's minds off of the fact that the economy is still in rough shape, that many Americans think that the country is heading in the wrong direction. And then he's been traveling around the country proposing this for the last couple of weeks, when you and I know the math doesn't work out. I mean, the president initially said that this was something to stabilize the debt and the deficit. And now when you actually look at it, the amount of money it would raise, you'd have to do this every year for the next 250 years just to pay, Lou, for last year's deficit alone.
It's crazy to me. Just nuts to even think about it in any meaningful way, because the measure itself, as you say, is so insignificant. What is not insignificant is the adjusted tax and the AMT, which would take down somewhere around, we figure 800 to 1. And I mean, I love this government estimate here, and I understand the reason for it, but it's wide. $800 billion to perhaps as much as $1.5 trillion over 10 years. Nothing is happening there, yet half of the folks affected are middle-income taxpayers. Why can't there be some interest in fixing the AMT?
Well, the president doesn't seem to be very interested in actually fixing anything. Well, his speech, one time he said, this is not about politics, it's about math. But you and I know this is all about politics, and the president says it's about fairness. Well, he has a very distorted view of fairness. I mean, he thinks of equal outcome. I think about equal opportunity for Americans and earned success rather than learned dependence. But we have a president whose idea of fairness is giving money to his donors' favorite renewable energy solar panel plant that went bankrupt, hundreds of millions of dollars of American taxpayer money. He thinks it's fair to say no to the Keystone XL pipeline and the thousands and thousands of jobs that it would create. So I think this president has a very distorted view of fairness.
What is the most important Republican initiative for job creation and restoring prosperity to the country? And I'm talking about whether it be that of Governor Romney, whether it be emanating from the Senate or the House.
Well, people want certainty. Before people actually go ahead and invest their money and hire people, they want some certainty. We see this in the unknown expenses of the health care law, whether it's going to be found unconstitutional. I believe it's unconstitutional, how the Supreme Court is going to rule. They want some certainty in terms of taxation, not additional threats by the president to continue to raise taxes. And he's not going to deal with a debt or deficit. What he's going to do is spend that money. Those are the sorts of things people want certainty on. And the avalanche of regulations coming out of this administration are hurting our businesses.
As you say that, Senator, are you surprised at the Wall Street Journal report that Governor Romney started talking about eliminating, for a certain class of taxpayer at least, deductions for second home mortgages, state income tax, the effect of which, of course, is to raise taxes?
I endorsed Governor Romney. I support him. I want to see what the specific proposal is. But if you eliminate a lot of loopholes and deductions and can actually lower the tax rates at the same time, I think that's much better to get the economy stimulated than another government handout.
Do you think that should occur incrementally, or should it be a matter of a comprehensive reform of the tax system?
Well, I think we need a comprehensive reform of the tax system, and Ronald Reagan did that, and we need to do that again. It's been over 25 years.
Senator, always good to have you with us. Senator
Thanks so much
Barrasso.
for having me. Thank you.